So I realized there was a lot of material to be organized for BJU Press, and I quickly went through everything, attempted to organize, and now I'll show you what I did. I do need to get at least a 2-inch binder for myself for all the handouts. I'll take you through each thing and do a quick flip through. So on the Focus on Fives, there is a work text, and these pages come out really easily. I just stuck a little sticky bookmark so I know where we're at with the pages, and I've decided to do a little folder per day for the kids so they're not overwhelmed by all of the handouts. They went out and picked these. Eli wanted a shark and Sammy wanted a rainbow, of course. So I just have one day's worth, and I'll help them work through this, and then once they're finished, put it over here. So that'll get them used to being a little more independent when they get older, to having stuff to do and then sticking it in a done folder, so they're not just walking up to me and handing stuff as soon as they're done. So the Focus on Fives has this work text, and that's the stuff that they'll work on during the videos, and it has what lesson each thing is at the bottom corner. This is what came in the handouts, the student handouts, and these are all loose leaf, and they already have hole punches in them, so that's great. So it has what to do with the packet, and then I've decided to do sticky little bookmarks. So each subject has what you'll be working on each day. So like day 1, day 2, it has which video it is, what book you'll need, what pages you'll need, so you can keep track of what they are working on in the videos. And then it has loose leaf handouts. So not every day you'll be using one of these. This one has a day 4. I already pulled out a day 1 and stuck it in his folder. I just thought all of these papers would be overwhelming to the kids. So that is Eli's. And this has the phonics practice. These, I haven't decided if I'm going to tear these out and hang them up somewhere in his room. He does not have a bulletin board or anything. These pages, it has which lesson they're on. So I'll be tearing out from here, and pulling out of the handouts as needed, and just sticking them in his folder. So he only has one day at a time to look at. And also with Eli's came these books. So these are practice books, and they have numbers on the bottoms of them, which order they are. I had this left over from our games, so I'm just sticking them in there for now, unless I come up with a better system for that. These phonics cards, I'm thinking I might get an art box or a small pencil bag to keep these so they don't get scattered everywhere. That is all that he has for his stuff. And then moving to Sammy, she had numerous things. So she has, I started off with the Heritage Studies, which is her history. And this is her textbook. So this I will put in her crate for her to pull out. And we always do these little bookmarks anyway, so we know where we're at with stuff. This one has activities. So again, I just pulled, these are really easy to pull out. Just pulled out what she needed and put in her folder. I might end up doing multiple folders, like per subject. But this is her heritage studies, just the first day. Sorry. That's day 1. And that's also lesson 1 and 2 of the heritage studies. Hopefully I don't get copyright issues with the music playing in the background. The kids are watching a movie. So these pages I will pull out to put in her folder. And then also she has where I can see lesson-wise where she's at. And then she also has handouts. So I'll be pulling from this and this for heritage studies. And then she has tests, which they did not hole punch these. So I'll probably go through and hole punch her tests so they can go in my binder also, just so everything stays together. And they have the assessment answer keys, which those are hole punched. So I'm not sure why they didn't do the tests also. And her next subject is science. And that came with 2 books and handouts. So again, it has the lesson plans, and then it has handouts. She doesn't get one of these until day 4. And then this is lesson 2 to 6. It looks like some memory verses that she'll be working on in science. And these will be handouts for her to complete. I may end up getting bulletin boards for the kids, just so they can put some of this stuff up in front of them. And then this is her science book. So this I will end up putting in her binder also. We already watched the first day of science, and the assignment was for her to create a science binder. So she's already done that. And I'm assuming that her handouts from science, once she completes them, will end up going in here. So I don't know if I need to also create one for heritage studies. We'll just kind of see how our first few days go. But she's really excited about this. It looks really fun. That's Science 1. So this book and this book need to go in her box. Eli's, I probably will just put these on a bookshelf, since I will be pulling stuff out of these just to not confuse them. Sorry to talk this with you, but this is our first year doing BJU Press, and I was surprised by how much paper there was for online learning. So this is still the science. Science, she also has tests So whenever she has a test, I'll probably pull this out and put it in her folder that she picked. And then it has the assessment key. And then her last subject that I got her is the spelling 2, which I got spelling 2 instead of 1 because I think she could do this. And if not, when you get the online version, you have 20 months to complete it. Whereas if you get the DVD version, I think you just get 12 months. I don't know for sure, but I know you get longer amount of time doing the online version versus DVD. So the spelling has the lesson plan so I can follow along with what they're doing, and also so I can pull out what pages the kids need. And then she's got handouts. It looks like spelling tests. That's what this looks all like, spelling tests. It's really cute that they included little pictures, so it's not just a boring sheet of paper. And then this is her spelling book. And I might just keep this intact. Just so, I don't know. We'll just kind of play it by ear. But I might just leave this as a book. This doesn't have the easy tear out like the other books do. I might just move. Oh, it does have, you could tear it out, but. So this is what the spelling 2 looks like. That looks pretty engaging. I probably won't start spelling right off the bat since we'll be doing our normal language arts and math with the good and the beautiful, and then adding in the heritage studies and science. I'll probably wait at least a month or 2 before adding in spelling also, just so I don't overwhelm her with a whole bunch of new stuff. But the heritage studies and science are both 90 days. So if you wanted to, you could do history, and then once you complete it, do science, or you could do every other day, or I've heard some families do history for a few weeks and then science and then go back and forth. I'm going to try to get her to do both and see how it goes, just so I can catch her up. She's technically first grade. I'm hoping by the fall, because it's now mid-March, but I'm hoping towards the fall or the end of the year, maybe we could start second grade. But for our kids, I make sure that they understand the information before we move on. We'll just see how that plays out. And the focus on 5s, I believe, is 180 lessons. I don't know if I could find that quickly. How many days is in here? Here we go, 160 days. So he, depending on how many days a week we do that, he might get done by the fall, like late fall or the beginning of next year. We'll just kind of take it as his pace. But that is our added new curriculum to what we already have, which she has Math 1 from The Good and the Beautiful and Language Arts 1 from The Good and the Beautiful. We just recently started the typing, and then she has the handwriting 1. Eli currently has been doing the Hooked on Phonics, and I've been printing his math, but it's the good and the beautiful. He's lesson 87 on K, level K, and I've already started to print level 1 for him once he's ready for that. He doesn't mind loose leaf paper or binders. Sammy really prefers that I get the already bound books from the good and the beautiful. So, but hope that organization was helpful. I know I felt overwhelmed researching it and seeing how much there was, and then definitely seeing how much there was after unpackaging everything. So I hope you guys have a good day, and let me know if you have any questions, and I will definitely keep you updated on how we're doing with the BJU Press Homeschool. Have a good day.